Paul Edward Lynde, an American comedian, actor, and game show panelist, was widely recognized for his unique and witty persona. Known for his campy and sarcastic style, he often playfully mocked his own hidden homosexuality. Lynde gained popularity through his memorable roles, such as Uncle Arthur on Bewitched, the confused Father Harry McAfee in Bye Bye Birdie, and as a regular panelist on the game show The Hollywood Squares from 1968 to 1981. Additionally, he lent his voice to various animated characters in Hanna-Barbera productions. Lynde's comedic talent was highly regarded, as he consistently ranked at the top of audience polls for most liked TV stars. His peers also admired and acknowledged his comedic prowess throughout his lifetime. Mel Brooks once praised Lynde's ability to elicit laughter from even the most mundane sources, such as reading a phone book or a seed catalog. Despite his desire to be recognized as a serious actor, Lynde acknowledged the importance of bringing laughter to the world, stating that making people laugh was a significant contribution in a world that needed it. Despite his success in comedy, Lynde struggled with personal demons. He carried the weight of horrifying tragedies and shocking secrets from his past. This all began during his early childhood, which left Lynde deeply scarred and burdened with numerous insecurities. Among these insecurities, his sexuality was arguably the most significant. During a time in history when society looked down upon homosexuality, Lynde was gay. Consequently, he made every effort to conceal his sexual orientation for as long as possible. He feared that if the public discovered his true identity, his career would come to an abrupt end. Ironically, his sexuality may have played a crucial role in his success. He frequently landed roles that portrayed gay characters, and being gay himself made it much easier for him to deliver convincing performances. One of his most notable portrayals of a gay individual was on the television show Bewitched, where he played Samantha's homosexual Uncle Arthur. The series aired from 1962 to 1972, and Lynde appeared in 11 out of the 254 episodes. However, many years later, Lynde faced difficulties in finding meaningful roles, which led him down a destructive path. He turned to a life of indulgence in sex, drugs, and alcohol as a means to alleviate his troubled state of mind. Therefore, it is not surprising that traces of a heart medication frequently used as a sexual stimulant were discovered in Lynde's bloodstream, following his demise. The Daily News of LA reported in 1982 that his system contained traces of butyl nitrate, an unregulated drug known to elevate heart rate. While it remains uncertain whether this drug played a role in his heart attack, it has not been completely ruled out. Considering his pre-existing heart issues resulting from years of excessive partying and heavy drinking, it is not unreasonable to speculate that the drug may have worsened his health problems, ultimately leading to the fatal heart attack. Furthermore, alongside the presence of the drug in his system, 2 bottles of butyl nitrate were discovered on a nightstand next to his bed when his body was found. One bottle was open, while the other remained full. Regarding the alleged visitor that Lynde was said to have had shortly before his death, it is highly unlikely that anyone other than Paul Boresi, his friend who discovered his body, was present. This is because when Boresi entered the house through a side entrance, he triggered the home's security alarm. If someone else had entered the residence prior to Boresi, it is probable that the alarm would have been set off as well. Well then, in today's video, we will explore the true identity of Paul Lynde and delve into the factors that may have influenced his negative behavior. Additionally, we will analyze some of the unfortunate choices he made which could have contributed to his off-screen depression, and ultimately led to his demise. But before we begin, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and feel free to tell us in the comment section who you would like us to talk about next time. Paul Lynde was born in Mount Vernon, Ohio, to Sylvia Bell Lynde and Hoy Corridon Lynde, who were the owners and operators of a meat market. He was the fifth child out of 6 siblings, with older sisters named Grace and Helen, older brothers named Richard Hoy and Corydon George, and a younger brother named John. Unfortunately, his beloved brother Corydon passed away in 1944 at the age of 21 during the Battle of the Bulge in World War II. Tragically, his parents also passed away within 3 months of each other in 1949. In 1944, Lynde graduated from Mount Vernon High School, where he showcased his musical talent by playing the bass drum in the high school band. He then pursued his passion for speech and drama at Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois. During his time there, he had the opportunity to study alongside notable classmates such as Cloris Leachman, Charlotte Ray, Patricia Neal, Jeffrey Hunter, and Claude Akins. Lynde actively participated in the university's theatrical productions and became a member of the Upsilon chapter of the fraternity Phi Kappa Sigma, which boasts a list of distinguished members. He successfully completed his studies and graduated in 1948. Lynde began his showbiz journey in New York City after college, taking odd jobs to make ends meet. His comic career took off at the renowned No. 1 Fifth Avenue Supper Club, and he soon made his Broadway debut in New Faces of 1952 alongside future stars Eartha Kitt, Robert Clary, Alice Ghostley, and Carol Lawrence. One of his memorable performances from that revue was a monologue called Trip of the Month Club, where he portrayed a man with crutches recounting his adventurous safari journey with his late wife. This performance was filmed and released as New Faces in 1954. Afterwards, Lynde appeared in the short-lived sitcom Stanley in 1956 with Buddy Hackett and Carol Burnett, who were also starting their careers. He also made a guest appearance on The Martha Raye Show. Returning to Broadway in 1960, Lynde played the role of Harry McAfee in Bye Bye Birdie, both on stage and in the 1963 film adaptation. During this time, he recorded a live album called Recently Released, featuring 6 tracks that he wrote. In the 1960s, Lynde was highly sought after in the entertainment industry. He was a regular on The Perry Como Show and appeared on numerous sitcoms like The Phil Silvers Show, The Patty Duke Show, and The Munsters. He also showcased his talent on variety shows such as The Ed Sullivan Show and The Dean Martin Show. Additionally, Lynde had roles in popular films of the era, including Send Me No Flowers and The Glass Bottom Boat. However, he became most famous for his role on the sitcom Bewitched. In 1965, Paul Lynde appeared on the TV show Bewitched, playing the role of Harold, a nervous driving instructor. This role was well received by viewers and led to him becoming a recurring character as Uncle Arthur, Endora's practical joking brother. Lynde made a total of 10 appearances on the show before his final appearance in 1971. During this time, he became good friends with Elizabeth Montgomery and William Asher, the series star and director, producer respectively. In 1966, Lynde joined the game show The Hollywood Squares and quickly became a fan favorite, eventually earning a permanent spot as the center square. He showcased his comedic talents with witty one-liners, often making allusions to his homosexuality and pushing the boundaries of 1970s television. Lynde appeared in 1083 episodes of The Hollywood Squares, gaining fame and wealth from the series. However, he eventually grew tired of being typecast and left the show in 1979. He briefly returned in 1980 when offered co-star billing, but the show was cancelled in 1981. In 1972, Lynde starred in the short-lived sitcom The Paul Lynde Show as Paul Sims, an uptight attorney and father. The show received mixed reviews, with critics comparing it to All in the Family, but commending its writing and risque humor. Despite being nominated for a Golden Globe for his performance, the show was cancelled after 1 season due to low ratings. Following the cancellation of his sitcom, Lynde was moved to another ABC show called Temperatures Rising for the 1973 to 1974 season. However, the ratings for the show declined even further and it was ultimately cancelled. ABC attempted to revive the show, but it was permanently cancelled after 7 additional episodes. Overall, Paul Lynde had a successful career in television, gaining popularity through Bewitched and becoming a household name on the Hollywood squares. He also had his own sitcom, although it was short-lived. Despite some setbacks, Lynde remains a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. Paul Lynde was a well-known actor in the Kenley Players summer stock theatre circuit, starring in various productions such as Don't Drink the Water, The Impossible Years, Mother is Engaged, My Daughter is Rated X and Plaza Suite. He appeared in a total of 9 Kenley Players shows, more than any other lead actor. In 1980, Lynde embarked on a tour across the United States and Canada, headlining 3 one-act plays from Neil Simon's suite. However, he faced challenges in finding acting opportunities, possibly due to struggles with alcoholism which made him difficult to work with. As demand for his work decreased, he accepted a wider range of job offers. Lynde made a guest appearance as a weatherman on WSPD-TV in Ohio to promote the Hollywood squares and a summer stock performance. His final film role was in the comedy The Villain, where he portrayed Indian Chief Nervous Elk alongside Anne Margaret. In 1980, Lynde was honored by the Beaux Arts Society and remained a life member until his passing. He was recognized as the funniest man of the year at the AGVA Entertainer of the Year Awards in 1976 and graciously gave his award to Jackie Gleason, declaring him as the funniest man ever. Despite his flamboyant television persona, Paul Lynde's private life and sexual orientation were not openly discussed in the media during his lifetime. According to an essay on the Biography Channel's website, entertainment journalists in the 1970s did not delve into the personal lives of game show regulars like Lynde. A 1976 People magazine article mentioned Stan Finesmith as Lynde's hairstylist, suite mate, and chauffeur bodyguard, with a photo of Lynde getting his hair styled by Finesmith. This was the closest the media came to alluding to Lynde's homosexuality during his lifetime. Kathy Rudolph, a friend of Lynde who wrote a biography about him in 2013, revealed in a 2018 interview that Lynde was frustrated by having to hide his true self. Despite his struggles, Lynde managed to accumulate wealth from his work on Hollywood squares, allowing him to purchase Errol Flynn's Hollywood mansion. He spent a significant amount on renovations and decor, living there with his dog Harry McAfee until Harry's passing in 1977. Unable to remain in the house without his beloved pet, Lynde eventually bought a new home. Lynde battled weight issues throughout his life, weighing 250 pounds, 110 kilograms, when he finished high school. In 1977, he was recognized by Weight Watchers for his efforts in managing his weight. Lynde faced a constant battle with alcoholism and had numerous encounters with law enforcement, frequently being arrested for public intoxication. Marshall and Kaye Ballard attested to Lynde's transformation when under the influence, as he would become extremely cruel, occasionally violent, and would even mock his own friends. On July 18, 1965, Lynde found himself involved in a tragic incident at San Francisco's Sir Francis Drake Hotel. While both Lynde and his 24-year-old friend, James Bing Davidson, had been drinking for hours, Davidson accidentally fell to his death from their hotel room window during a playful moment, as reported by the Associated Press. It was a devastating event. In October 1977, Lynde faced another troubling incident during his time at Northwestern University, where he served as the Grand Marshal for homecoming. Following the homecoming parade, at a nearby fast food restaurant, he made racist remarks and gestures towards James P. Pitts, a black professor at NU. Lynde attributed his behavior to exhaustion and intoxication, though it was inexcusable. In January 1978, while in Salt Lake City to record a segment for the TV variety show Donnie and Marie, Lynde found himself arrested outside a tavern on charges of interfering with a police officer. Earlier, his vehicle had been broken into and his belongings stolen while he was inside the tavern. The arresting officer, who was investigating a separate car burglary, claimed that Lynde persistently demanded attention for his own complaint. Eventually, the complaint was dropped. However, Lynde was determined to turn his life around and, in early 1980, he successfully achieved sobriety and became free from drug addiction. It was a significant milestone in his journey towards personal redemption. On January 10, 1982, Lynde's absence from a birthday celebration raised concerns for his friend, actor, model Paul Baresi. Baresi, along with actor Dean Dittman, attempted to reach Lynde by phone and knocking on his door, but received no response. Baresi then entered Lynde's Beverly Hills home through the side entrance and discovered Lynde deceased in his bed on January 11, 1982, during the early morning hours. Lynde, aged 55, was found alone and had passed away in his sleep, as indicated by the blaring house alarm that he regularly activated before bedtime. Despite rumors of a visitor fleeing the scene, evidence proved otherwise. Baresi clarified that Lynde was not naked, but was in his pajamas and robe. The coroner determined that Lynde's death resulted from a heart attack. His cremated remains were laid to rest at Amity Cemetery in Amity, Knox County, Ohio, alongside his brother Johnny and sister Helen. Lynde's mother, father, and veteran brother Corridon are also buried at the same cemetery. In 2005, a biography titled Center Square, The Paul Lynde Story was published. Authors Steve Wilson and Joe Florensky portrayed Lynde as a liberace without a piano, and noted that he was viewed as a frustrated bit player and character actor on a daytime game show by most viewers in the 1970s. Within the homosexual community, Lynde's reputation was not held in high regard, symbolizing a perceived era of self-loathing in gay culture. Thank you for being with us today. Remember to show your support by liking and subscribing.